Hello friends, today we will discuss kinetic theory of gases, in which we will only in this session we will discuss only what gas laws and ideal gas equation. Before that we will discuss some of the quantities we will usually use in this gas laws and ideal gas equation and their values. Now first one is what mu, that is amount of gas, that is mole. So mu is equal to how much? The mass of a gas divided by molecular mass of the gas, or we can write total number of molecules present in that gas into a Avogadro number. So a mole can be written as what? Mass of the gas divided by molecular weight of the gas, and N is what? N is total number of gas molecules. And what is Na? Na is Avogadro's number, and its value is equal to how much? 0.023 into 10 raised to 23 molecules per mole, right? And this is molecular weight, this is mass. So now next one we have what? Capital R, that is universal gas constant. So now what is universal gas constant value? R is equal to 8.31 joules per mole per Kelvin. If you want to write in terms of calories, approximately equal to what? 2 calories per mole per Kelvin. Next one is Kb, that is what? Boltzmann constant. Now Boltzmann constant can be written as what? Kb is equal to universal gas constant divided by Avogadro's number. When you substitute both values of universal gas constant and Avogadro's number, we will get 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23 joules per Kelvin, right? Next one is small r, that is specific gas constant. So that specific gas constant small r is equal to what? Capital R divided by molecular weight of that gas. And we have small n, that is molecular density, that is n is equal to total number of molecules divided by volume. And next one is density of gas. Density of gas can be written as what? Mass of the gas divided by volume of the gas. So these are the some terms which we will use. The values you have to remember, right? And whenever we are solving problems on kinetic theory of gases, these two terms we come across many times. That is what? NTP. That is, what do you mean by NTP? Normal temperature and pressure. So now what is normal temperature and pressure? At this NTP condition, temperature will be equal to 0 degrees Celsius, or we can write 273.15 Kelvin, and pressure will be equal to 1 atmosphere. 1 atmosphere can be written as what? 1.01325 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. And volume can be written as what? Volume is 22.4 liters. So now this is what? NTP, normal temperature and pressure. Now what is next one? STP, that is what? Standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature and pressure. Now what will be standard temperature? Temperature is equal to 0.01 degree Celsius. That will be equal to what? 273.1516 Kelvin, and pressure is same, that is what, 1 atmosphere, that is equal to 1.01325 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square, and volume is again what, same, 22.4 liters. See now, this liters, how it can be converted into what, meter cube. See, many times they will give in liter volume, you have to convert into SI unit, that is meter cube. So 1 liter is equal to 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube, or you can write, so 10 raised to 3 centimeter cube, right? And the density of water, just a knowledge, density of water is equal to what, 10 raised to 3 kg per meter cube, or 1 gram per cc you can write. And density of ice you can write 900 kg per meter cube, that is equal to what, 0.9 gram per cc. So you have to remember why, because in problems we have to convert these volume into and the density. Right, now we will go to the gas laws. See, first one, Boyle's law. Right, so what is Boyle's law says, what it does, it states that what, right, at constant temperature, right, pressure is always inversely proportional to volume of the gas. So that means what, when we take this as what, PV is equal to constant. So now PV is constant means what, P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. So this is the initial condition of that gas, and this is the final condition of that gas, right? Initial pressure, final pressure, initial volume, final volume. So now when see, we can vary this one. So now volume of, if we convert this one, see what we can write, PV is equal to constant, V can be written as what, mass divided by density. So now that is equal to what, constant. Now if mass remains constant, then we can write this gas law as what, P1 divided by rho 1 is equal to P2 divided by rho 2. So this is the another form of what, Boyle's law. And we also can write P1 divided by P2 as N1 divided by N2, right? So that is a number of molecules per unit volume, sorry, number of molecules per unit volume. We can write this one also. Now see, if you draw various graphs, so now see, if I draw a graph versus what, pressure versus 1 by volume, so we will get a straight line. See, for this is a particular temperature T1. If I draw for same gas for another temperature, that is what, T2. See, we are getting straight line. Why? Because P is directly proportional to 1 by V. So now if they ask which temperature is greater, see, always whose slope is greater, that temperature will be greater. In this case, T2 is greater than T1, right? Similarly, if I draw a graph of what, see, along x-axis pressure and along y-axis P into V. So this will be what, so you will get a straight lines. Why straight line? Why? Because the product of PV always remains what, constant. If you take here volume or you take pressure, so this product of will be remains same. So now if it is T2, it is T1, again what, if they ask which temperature is greater, T2 is greater than T1. So now if I draw a next graph, see, if I draw a graph of what, see, pressure versus volume, this is what, this is volume and this is what? Pressure. So now if you draw a graph, you will get an curve like this. So again, if it is a T1, if it is T2, again if you go like this, so again T2 is greater than T1. So this is the what? Boyle's law. That is what? At constant temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to what? Volume. So we will get PV is equal to constant. So we can write that one as what? P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, or we can write that in another form, P1 divided by rho 1 is equal to P2 divided by rho 2. So these are the various graphs. When we draw P versus 1 by V, we will get a straight line. Why? Because P is directly proportional to what? 1 by V. And if you draw PV versus P, then we will get a what? A straight line. Why? Because product of PV always remains what? A constant. And if you draw P versus V, then we will get a curve. And if it is T2 and T1, then T2 is always greater than. Okay, next one is Charles law. So now Charles law is what? At constant pressure, what is that value? So volume of a given gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature of that gas. So now what we can write, V1 divided by V2 is equal to T1 divided by T2, right? So now this is the Charles law. At what condition? At constant pressure, right? So if you draw a graph of this Charles law, now see, first I will draw V versus T, that is directly proportional, and definitely what? The line will pass through what? Ascent. Now this is what? A graph of volume versus temperature. Next one is the graph of volume along x-axis and volume per time along y-axis. So now again see, V by T, that is we can write this one as what? V by T is equal to constant. So V by T should remain constant. If you go on increasing volume also, that means what? You will get a straight line. So or in place of V, you can also draw what? T also. So this is what? Charles law. See, in this one special case is there. If we consider volume of gas at temperature T is Vt, right? I am considering a volume of gas at a temperature T is Vt, and volume of gas at normal temperature at NTP. So now that is, I will take a temperature as T0. That T0 will be equal to what? Definitely 273.15 Kelvin. So and I am taking volume as what? V0. So by this data you can see, I will apply this law, Charles law. So now volume at any temperature divided by volume at the NTP must be equal to what? Temperature T divided by T0, right? So now this T can be written as what? See, I will write this equation as Vt divided by V0. So this T can be written as what? 273.15 plus something T, right? So now this any temperature that will be equal to what? Higher temperature 273.5 some temperature. Now divided by 2 naught is T naught is what? 273.15. So I will write this equation as what? Vt is equal to V naught 1 plus T divided by 273.15. So now this is what? The increase in the temperature. So for how much increase in the temperature, what happens to the volume? So by this we can find out volume of gas when temperature increases by how much amount. So this is the volume of gas, right? The next law is Gauss-Lussac law. Now at this Gauss-Lussac law, what happens? At constant volume, right? So what is pressure is directly proportional to temperature of that gas. So now that is P by T is directly proportional, R is equal to what? A constant. So we can write this one as what? P1 divided by T1 is equal to P2 divided by T2, right? So if you draw a graph of this P divided by T, so we will get a straight line. So similar graphs can be redrawn. So similarly, we can write pressure of a gas at any temperature is equal to pressure of a gas at NTP is equal to 1 plus the temperature increase E divided by 273.15 Kelvin. So what we have done for that volume case, so similarly we can do for the what? Pressure case. So this is the Gauss-Lussac law. Right. We have discussed three laws. That is what? Boyle's law. Next one is what we have discussed, Charles law, and we have discussed Gauss-Lussac law. In that, so in Boyle's law, see what remains constant? Temperature remains constant. In Charles law, what remains constant? Pressure remains constant. And in Gauss-Lussac law, what remains constant? Volume. So you can remember in this way also. See BCG, right? So PTV. So sometimes you may get confused. That's why we can remember this as what? BCG. So PTV. So this is a small trick to remember, right? Which quantity remains constant in these gas laws. Now we will discuss ideal gas equation. So now see what is ideal gas equation. So now see, first of all, what is ideal gas? See, the gas which obeys all the gas laws. All the gas laws. So the gas which obeys all the gas laws is called as what? Ideal gas. Now see how to derive. Now I will consider a one system, a gas where pressure is P1, volume is V1 and temperature is T1. Now let us take this gas undergoes expansion at what? Constant temperature. Temperature remains constant. So now what? It changes, pressure converts, when pressure changes into V2. Let us take volume changes into V1 dash, but temperature remains same. So now again it is allowed to expand with P as constant. So now again what? If P is constant, pressure remains what? P2. The volume will become V2 and temperature will become what? T2. So now here it is a T constant. That means what? Here we can apply which law? Boyle's law. At this process pressure is constant. That means we can apply what? Charles law. So now here I will write for this system P1 V1 is equal to P2 V1 dash, right? So similarly for this system what we can write, see it is a P constant, so we can apply Charles law. So what we will write, T2 V1 dash is equal to, what is that? T1 V2, right? So now see we can write V1 dash as what? T1 V2 divided by what? T2. So now I will substitute this V1 dash value into this equation. So now P1 V1 is equal to P2. V1 dash can be written as what? T1 V2 divided by T2. So now see P1 V1 divided by T1 is equal to P2 V2 divided by T2. So now we can write this one as what? P V divided by T is equal to what? Constant, right? So for 1 mole of gas, so for 1 mole of gas we can write this one as what? PV divided by is equal to R. That constant is universal gas constant. So for now mu mole of gas we can write PV divided by T is equal to mu into R. So now we will write this as what? PV is equal to RT. This is for 1 mole of gas, and this we can write PV is equal to mu RT, right? So now we can write this in various different forms. Now this gas equation can be written in what? Various different forms. Now see, PV is equal to mu RT. So now I will first substitute the value of mu. So now see, PV for a gas, mole is equal to what? Mass of the gas divided by molecular mass into what? RT. So now this is the another form. See, I can convert that into again another form. What is that? See, PV is equal to M, that R by M, that is universal gas constant divided by molecular weight is equal to what? Molecular weight is equal, right? That molecular weight is equal to what? Specific gas constant into T. So now we can write this as what? PV M small r T. This is another different case. Now see, similarly we can change this one as what? Now see, we have what? PV is equal to mu RT. So now I will write PV. Mu also can be written as what? Total number of molecules divided by Avogadro's number RT. Now R divided by Na can be written as what? The Boltzmann constant. So total number of molecules into KBT. So this is also the another different form of what? Ideal gas equation. Okay, now we will discuss some problems on what? Ideal gas equation as well as what? Gas laws. So now see here the first problem. A flask is filled with 13 gram of an ideal gas at 27 degrees Celsius and its temperature is raised to 52 degrees Celsius. The mass of the gas that has to be released to maintain the temperature of gas in the flask at 52 degrees Celsius and pressure must remain same. See, they are saying pressure must remain same. So now see, I will write the data. So they have given, so first initially, now let us consider this as a system. The mass they have given 13 gram and its initial temperature they have given what? 27 degrees Celsius. I will make it into what? Kelvin, that is what? 300 Kelvin. So now if this system temperature is raised up to what? 52 degrees Celsius. So that is equal to what? 52 degrees Celsius can be written as what? 325 Kelvin. So now see, if under pressure same, constant pressure, P must be same means some amount of gas should be what? Released. So they are asking what? See the question, the mass of gas that has to be released to maintain temperature of gas of the flask at 52 degrees Celsius and pressure remains the same. So now see, we know the quantities what? Mass and temperature. Now let us consider the remaining mass. After some leaking of mass, remaining mass is M2. So now we know PV is equal to what? Mu. Mu I can write M by molecular weight into RT. Right? See, pressure remains same. They are saying pressure is constant. Right? So now for this system I will write P. Volume of the container will be remaining same only. So now mass is what? M1. So that m1 divided by molecular weight m into R. Temperature is how much? 300 Kelvin. So now this PVM, capital M, divided by R, this one is what? Constant. So I can write m1 into 300 is equal to constant. So similarly, in this case also PV, molecular weight also does not changes for this system, and universal gas constant also does not change. So that is what? m2 into temperature. So that is what? 325. That means what? We are using temperature is inversely proportional to mass of the gas. So now both sides are equal, so I can write what? m1 into 300 is equal to what? m2 into 325. So now when you solve this one, so what you will get? m2 is equal to, substituting m1 value, 12 gram. That means the mass remaining inside the cylinder is m2, therefore the gas leaked will be equal to what? Initial mass is 13 gram, so final mass is what? 12 gram, so the remaining mass is what? 1 gram. Right, in this next problem, see, they have given a gas, right, whose volume is V1, temperature is T1 and pressure is P. Now gas is allowed to leak and temperature becomes T2 and pressure becomes T2. This much they have given. Initial volume they have given 8 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube. T1 given 300 Kelvin, P1 given 200 kilo Pascal. T2 given 300 Kelvin, that means what? Temperature is remaining same. P2, that is pressure is changing, that is 125 kilo Pascal. So now they are asking calculate the amount of gas leaked. See, we cannot apply that previous T1 is directly proportional to 1 by m here, because they are asking what? So they have given some different quantities. Now we don't know mass of the gas. They have not given mass. That's why we cannot use what? T is directly proportional to 1 by m, well, right? We don't know the initial mass and final mass. So how to deal with it? See, now for first system, so now this is first system, so I will write a ideal gas equation P1 V1. Let us take mu1 is the amount of gas present here and mu2 is the amount of gas present here. So into what? R T1. So I will write this one as what? Mu1 is equal to P1 V1 divided by R T1. So similarly, can I write for this second also, that is mu2 is equal to P2 V2 divided by R T2. Now see, this volume V1 will be equal to V2. Why? Because the the volume of the container remains constant. That means what? V1 is equal to V2, and they have given T1 is equal to T2, that is 300 Kelvin, 300 Kelvin. So now this is the initial amount of gas, this is final amount of gas, that is how much leaked means what? Mu1 minus mu2 amount of gas will be leaked. So now that is equal to what? You can write P1. Why? Because P pressure is different. Volume I will write V divided by, right? So divided by R, and temperature also, right, same. Then we can write here also P2V divided by RT. So now what is the constants we can we can take V divided by RT. So P1 minus P2, that is amount of gas leaked, right? So on substituting the values, so volume given, right? So volume is given, that is how much? 8 into 10 raised to minus 3, and temperature given 300 Kelvin, initial pressure is given, final pressure is given. So after substituting all the values, that is V is equal to what? 8 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by R value 8.2 T value 300 Kelvin. So P1 is what, 200 kilopascal, and T2 is what, 125 kilopascal. So when you solve this one, you will get the answer what, 0.24 moles. So the gas leaked is equal to how much? Leaked gas is equal to 0.24 moles. Right. The next problem. See, two identical glass bulbs are interconnected by the thin glass tube. A glass is filled in these bulbs at NTP. If one bulb is placed in ice and another bulb is placed in hot tub, right, hot bath, then pressure of the gas becomes 1.5 times the initial. The temperature of hot bath will be equal to how much? So now see, they have given this one. See, before keeping into a ice and hot bath, let us take, these are two bulbs, right? So now its volume is V, its volume is V, its pressure is P, its pressure is P, its temperature is T, its temperature is T. So now, so I can write amount of mole can be written as what? Pressure. Volume is equal to what? V, that is equal to what? 2V, right? Divided by, right? In what? R, and temperature is equal to what? T naught. Right? Temperature is T. T naught, right? T naught is what? Temperature at NTP, that is what, 273.15 Kelvin. Now afterwards they have kept in a ice and a hot bath. So now let us take here, pressure becomes what? P1, volume becomes V1, and temperature becomes T1. T1 can be written as what? T naught only. Why? Because ice is at 0 degrees Celsius, that is what, a NTP temperature 273.15 Kelvin. So now hot tub. So now let us take, pressure is equal to P2, volume is equal to V2, and temperature is equal to what? T2. Right. So now see, volume does not changes. So I can write V1 as V, V2 as also V. Now let us take, the amount of gas in this tub is mu1, and in this tub is what? Mu2. So now this is, we have written for what? Both the bulbs. That's why we have written this equation. Now here we will write separately for ice tap, ice bath. So mu1 is equal to what? P1. So P1 V divided by R. Temperature is what again? T naught. But they have given pressure. Pressure is what? It becomes 1.5 times P V divided by what? R T naught. So this is for what? Mu1. Mu1 is equal to 1.5 PV divided by R T naught. So now similarly mu2 can be written as what? 1.5, right? Say said pressure becomes 1.5, so V divided by, so now hot bath temperature we don't know, let us keep like that. See, the whole mass, conservation of mass says the amount of gas present initially must be equal to amount of gas finally. That means mu must be equal to what? Mu1 plus mu2. So before I have considered both as what? One system. Now I cannot consider these two as what? One system. Why? Because it is kept in ice, this is kept in what? Hot bath. Now mu can be written as what? So we have derived mu is equal to what? P into 2V divided by RT naught. Mu1 is what? 1.5 PV divided by RT naught. Mu2 is what? 1.5 PV divided by RT. So R get cancelled. PV get cancelled. Now if you solve for temperature T, you can substitute T naught as what? 273.15. So if you solve for T, you will get T value as 819 Kelvin. Right? Right. The next problem. At the top of mountain, a thermometer reads 7 degrees Celsius and a barometer reads 70 centimeter of Hg. At the bottom of mountain, these reads 27 degrees Celsius and 76 centimeter of Hg respectively. So comparison of density of air at the top with that of the bottom is. Calculate the ratio of densities at the top to the bottom of the mountain. So now see, let us consider this is a mountain. So now our temperature measurement at the top is equal to how much? 7 degrees Celsius. So now it can be written as what? 280 Kelvin. And another pressure they have given, pressure at the top is equal to how much? 70 centimeter of Hg. So now this is the bottom. At the bottom of temperature is given by how much? See, they have given 27 degrees Celsius, that is equal to how much? 300 Kelvin. And pressure at the bottom is given by how much? 76 centimeter of Hg. Now see, we have only the temperature and pressure values. Other than that, we don't know which type of gas, molecular mass, all those things we don't know. So now I can write, see, ideal gas equation, PV is equal to mu RT. Now see, P, volume can be written as what? Mass divided by density is equal to, mu can be written as what? Mass of the gas divided by molecular weight into RT. Now mass get cancelled. So now see, PV divided by rho is equal to, see, PV divided by rho T is equal to R divided by molecular weight. See, universal gas constant and molecular weight remains same. Why? Because the gas present at the top will be present at the bottom. So I can use this formula, that is P divided by rho T is equal to constant. So I can write P at the top divided by rho at the top, T at the top is equal to P at the bottom, rho at the bottom, T at the bottom. So now from this one we can derive the ratio of what? Rho T at the top divided by rho at the bottom is equal to what? Pressure at the top, pressure at the bottom into temperature at the bottom divided by temperature at the top. When you substitute values, you will get 75 divided by 76. So the ratio is what? 75 divided by 76. See the next question. A vessel of volume V is equal to 5 liter contains 1.4 gram of nitrogen at the temperature T equal to 1800 Kelvin. Find the pressure of the gas if 30% of its molecules are dissociated. That means what? N2 gas will be converted into nitrogen molecules into atoms at this temperature. So now see, they have given volume is how much? 5 liters. So 5 liter can be converted into what? So 5 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter cube. And mass they have given, mass is 1.4 gram, right? And temperature they have given, temperature is 1800 Kelvin. So now see, moles of, after dissociation, moles of molecular nitrogen. See, this is for after dissociation. So now let us take, that is equal to what? Mu1 is equal to mass, right? But how much is dissociated? 30% of molecules are dissociated. That means I can write 1 minus 0.3, that is the mass of molecular nitrogen divided by molecular weight of nitrogen, that is equal to 0.7 m divided by molecular weight is how much? 28 into 10 raised to minus 3. It is in grams, so I have written in kg. Now see, similarly, moles of atomic nitrogen. So that is mu2 is equal to how much? Now atomic nitrogen is how much? So 30 percentage is dissociated, that is I can write what? 0 point, so 30 percentage is dissociated, right? So that is 0.6 m divided by molecular mass of that nitrogen. See why we have written 0.6 if only 30 percentage is dissociated. See, each molecular nitrogen dissociates into what? Two nitrogen molecules. That's why I have written what? 0.6 m. So now this will be equal to what? 0.6 m divided by 28 into 10 raised to minus 3. So now this is, so I will write PV is equal to mu RT. So now this is what? Total moles, that is PV is equal to mu1 plus mu2 into RT divided by V, right? So this if we write this side. So now on substituting all the values, P equal to, so now mu1 is equal to what? 0.7 m. So plus 0.6 m is taken outside and RT divided by V. If you substitute all the values, see, we have not written molecular weight, right? So we are forgot to write molecular weight, so I will write here molecular weight m naught. So that is m naught, that is a nitrogen. So now on substituting all the values, you will get what? See, substitute values. So this is what? 1.3 you will get. Mass is what? 1.4 gram. R is 8.2 and T is 1800 Kelvin divided by molecular weight is how much? 28 into 10 raised to minus 3. This one, this is also in grams. So 10 raised to minus 3, 10 raised to minus 3 I will, again I will not write. Then 5 into 10 raised to minus 3. When you solve this one, we will get what? 1.91 into 10 raised to 5 Newton per meter square. So this is the answer.